Oh, howdy all, grab yourselves a beer, it is time for some Path of Exile discussion. Today I wanted to cover the Day 6 reveals for the Heist League, which has been one of the quieter days, although it's got a single piece of big news. So I want to start with two alternate quality gems. These are Spectral Shield Throw, which grants critical strike multiplier that is conditional upon you using an energy shield based shield. I'm not particularly impressed with this. It can grant a lot of critical strike multiplier conceivably, but Spectral Shield Throw has been in a pretty bad place for a while. I don't think this is enough to make it into a good skill. And additionally, I think you would rather use an evasion rating or armor-based shield or a hybrid shield that is part of energy shield, part something else, over a pure ES shield. However, if you do decide to go down this route, and you're using a 450%, 450 ES shield, which is fairly good but not extraordinary, then you're looking at getting 90% crit strike multiplier if you've got a 20 quality Spectral Shield Throw. If you over quality it, let's say that through various shenanigans you get the quality up to 60%, then you're looking at getting 270% crit multi. Now 270% crit multi is a lot, but that is coming at a huge opportunity cost. I don't think it gets there, but by all means, prove me wrong. Summon Skeletons is the next one, and this one's a little bit harder to clarify exactly what happens above 20 quality. So my reading of this is that when you cast this alt quality Summon Skeletons, it summons 3 Skeleton Warriors, one of which will be a Skeletal Archer. So you'll get 1 Archer and 2 Warriors as your default, with quality at 20%. I don't read this, were you to over quality it, I don't read this as giving you 3 Skeleton Archers at, say, 60 quality. I read it as just still being 100% chance to summon 1 Skeletal Archer instead of one of your Skeleton Warriors. However, it's entirely possible that I'm misreading this and that this applies to all of your Skeleton Warriors that you would summon. So we're just going to have to experiment with this one in game. So as I say, I am reading this as you have a 100% chance to summon 1 Skeleton Archer instead of 1 Skeleton Warrior, whereas the other possible interpretation is chance to summon a Skeleton Archer instead of every Skeleton Warrior. Not sure which way it works, and again, we'll have to see that. Next up is the big piece of news, which is Zizaran's Awaken to Kill event. I mentioned this quickly yesterday, and basically the Twitch streamer Zizaran, who's one of the biggest names in Path of Exile on a competitive side of things, he is organising a massive boss kill race for the start of the Heist League. Now, as Zizaran is on the esports side of Path of Exile, he's running this as hardcore solo self-found, which is the most competitive, and also streamers tend to like hardcore because it's the most exciting, like there's the highest highs and the lowest lows, and that's why he's running it as HC SSF. This will be very competitive, and I think that there's probably only a few dozen people in the entire Path of Exile community that would be capable of conceivably winning this event. I certainly am not one of them. I did consider going into it, but I figure that with my internet connection being just a little bit dicey, I'm going to give it a miss. However, this should be a lot of fun to watch as well. Once more, Zizaran knows how to put on a spectacle by making it hardcore solo self-found. There'll be high highs, there'll be low lows, and you'll be able to tune in and follow all of the participants on Twitch. And there's also a number of additional incentive prizes. Zizaran has teamed up with the web payments processor Shopify, and so they're sponsoring the event, in exchange for advertising. And Shopify have provided an enormous amount of microtransactions that will be available to people who watch the streams of selected streamers. So it's not something that everyone that streams can get in on. There's a limit. There's a list of streamers that's already been published that will get those extra prizes, but if you follow any of them, you can do that on Twitch, and they'll definitely be worth sitting along, watching. It should be a thrilling race, and additionally, big prizes both for them and for you if you're watching. Alternately, the actual race itself is open to everyone, so by all means, if you feel like you've got what it takes, give it a go. So the event runs for the first month of Heist, and only characters in Heist Hardcore Solo Self-Found will be counted for the cash prizes. And essentially, This is a race to be the first to kill Awakening level 8 Sirus. The first prize is a whopping 11,000 US dollars. So that's the biggest prize that's been awarded for a Path of Exile event in the past. There's also 6,000 US dollars for second, 3,000 US for third, and then everyone in the top 15 will get 750 US. There's also additional bounties for being the first to kill Atsuri. I expect that will go off very quickly, like in the first 5 hours or so. Uber Atsuri, Shaper, Elder, Uber Elder, and also a prize for the person who makes it the deepest in the Delve Mines by the end of the first month. Finally, anyone who kills the Awakener on any of the leagues related to Heist within the first month will be eligible to win additional little microtransaction prizes. So they're just a little bit of a bonus, and there's that's also available in some form for console players as well. So this should be a lot of fun. Like I say, this will be something that if you're wanting to be competitive, you'd need to be one of the best couple of dozen players, or maybe a few dozen players of the game, and have a lot of experience with hardcore solo self-found league starts. And you will also need to be an expert at the Sirus fight. You'll need to be an expert at the various other side boss fights as well. However, to just watch it is as simple as tuning in on Twitch, and I think a lot of people will do that and will have a lot of fun with this as well. Additionally, it's probably a more exciting race format, at least in my opinion, than the race to level 100, because it's a bit quicker getting to the Awakening level 8 kill, and it's also less repetitive. The last piece of news that came out today was a divination card that I kind of like. Unrequited Love is a very simple one, and it is a divination card set, 16 card set, so it's a big one, for 19 mirror shards. So essentially the whole idea here is that someone's been trying to compile a mirror of Kalandra, and then the sun has set on their journey and they have failed. But they've come so close and got so far, but in the end, nothing really mattered. You're stuck with 19 shards. In terms of where this is going to drop, my prediction, well, this is me being speculative again, but I'm going to guess that this image here is the Temple of Atsuatl, and that this will drop from Atsuri in the Temple of Atsuatl. The reason I think that is that Atsuri is linked to mirrors. It's about Unrequited Love, and in terms of thematically, the divination card. And Atsuri was said to be, when she was the leader of the Vaal, she was said to be someone that was obsessed over by pretty much everyone in the Vaal Empire. She certainly did not love her subjects back. And then there's also the reference to disappearing in his azure reflection. Again, Atsuri linked to mirrors in various ways. So that's the reason that I'm going to speculate that that's where this drops. So Atsuatl Atsuri, and that would also be a thematic link to the ability of House of Mirrors to drop in the Alluring Abyss. So the House of Mirrors divination card drops there, although the vast majority come from turn-ins of the divination card set that gives a House of Mirrors card, the one that drops in Hall of the Grandmasters, or from stack decks. I'm going to predict that that's where Unrequited Love drops. But, of course, this is pure speculation. We don't know. Anyway, that's all there is today. It was a pretty quiet news day. If you've got any comments or questions, fire away below. And if you've given any thought as to what you want to league start in Heist, definitely say so as well. Otherwise, I'll leave it there and see you tomorrow.